I arrived here in 2007. I grew up in Oxford and left, and ended up probably my last 17 years in Houston, and returned back in '07 and started attending St. Cyprian by the time Vicky. They were going through the transition, almost like a slow death after the priest left, where things were really, really a little tough.
We only had 15 attending, and that was a good Sunday. We did not have a vicar. We did not have a parish administrator. We had nothing but a senior warden and a junior warden in leadership position.
We wanted the church to grow. We wanted more youth. And with the help of Reverend Heinmeier and with the help of Christ, we have fulfilled many of the dreams that we wanted for St. Cyprian.
Now we have 24 teenagers, middle and high school teenagers, and we have, I would say, at least 15 children. Now half of our worshiping congregation is Latino, even though a number of them are not members. Now most of our confirmations and our baptisms and our first communions are coming out of the Latino community. This is quite a bold move for an African American congregation. It's been African American for over 100 years.
It's exhilarating. It's just awesome. I just sometimes pinch myself, because when I look out in the congregation and I see all God's children out there, I'm like, wow, this is what it's all about.
Exciting, energetic, God's kingdom, picture of God's kingdom, chaotic.
Yes.
And I think the most important word is loving. I don't think the love left from the old church. Now we have more of it to share, more of it to spread. It really looks like what God would want the world to look like, the way the world is, actually.
Canvassing is very simple. It's very old-fashioned. A lot of pastors now don't believe in it. They think it's passé. But that is going door to door in one's parish, one's geographic community, and beyond that, introducing the church to the community and seeing if that particular family is churched or not. It's a very simple way of getting information and giving a simple invitation to the church. We've done quite a bit of that here, and we have some more to do. We have I'd say about one half of Oxford canvassed.
Episcopalians, I've never heard of canvassing. I would never knock at anyone's door. That's just not who we are. That's not how we do things. But Reverend Heinmeier introduced us to the concept of canvassing, and it worked. The first year we canvassed, we brought in 30 additional members. Then Pastor Heinmeier went out on his own to the Latino community, and he knocked on doors. And here you have it.
Yo llegué a la iglesia por medio del pastor Juan, llegó a casa a visitarnos, él nos hizo la invitación una vez, dos veces y a la tercera vez venimos. Después traje a una hermana, después traje a otra hermana y mi sobrina, mi prima. Después vino Teresa con su familia, que fueron bienvenidos a esta iglesia y parece ser que estamos muy contentos porque seguimos viniendo.
She came here, the pastor went and invited her. He went to her house, invited her once, twice, and she came into the third time. She came here, she was happy. She brought one of her sisters, then she brought the other. Then she started bringing her nieces and family members of her. Then she invited my mom, which is Teresa Mendez.
I visited several. But what caught me was the fact that when I visited here, it was just a totally different environment in terms of the love and the warmth that I felt. And then one day upon coming home from work, there was a business card in my door. Reverend Heinmeier left a business card. And I'm like, wow, he left a note on the back. was glad to see you. Came back to talk with you. Please give me a call. And I'm like, oh, wow. People don't do this anymore. So that warmth, that caught me immediately.
One would be lively worship. Another would be an ongoing emphasis on evangelism in a persistent way, outreach to the community. Another would be on responsive social ministry and action. Another would be on delegating lay leadership. It's one of the benefits of being a part-time priest. The laity have to step forward and do a lot of the work, and that's all good. So those would be some of the principal ingredients, I would say. And then if it's possible, to create what Dr. King called the beloved community, to really see if you can bring people together, across races, across ages, even across denominations.
So I want you to be sure when you go home today that you teach your parents how to giggle and how to play. And if we all do that, I think we'll come very close to the kingdom of God.
To hear the stories of how St. Cyprian's was without leadership for so long, didn't know where they were going, looked like it might be a dying congregation, just to remember that in the middle of those things that Christ is still there, that even if following the path that Christ has set for us means going to Galilee, to unknown regions, just that in the midst of where it looks like death might reign, the Spirit is still living, and that the promise that the cross does bring with it is one of resurrection.
Let us build